Yes. Okay, so we're recording. Thank you for reminding me. All right. All right, cool. So these are the objectives. First thing you do, fork and clone the repo. Once you're in the repo, I'm going to be using Yarn. It's really simple with Yarn. You just type Yarn, and that will install all your dependencies. With Npm, I think it's something like Npm Install. If anybody is an Npm person, feel free to correct me if that's wrong. But that should be the first thing you do. After you do that, I think I'm going to go ahead and install other dependencies that I think we're going to need. So that will be Yarn. For me, it's going to be Yarn add and then a dependency. For Npm people, I think it might be Npm I, and then the dependencies. All right, Yarn add, and we're going to definitely be using styled components. So go ahead and add that. We're going to be using yup for validation. We're going to be using React Router DOM. Is there anything else I'm forgetting? I mean, it's not a big deal if we forget it. We can always add it later. But I just like to, if I know I'm going to use something, I like to just install it right off the jump. All right. I think that's good. So we're going to wait for those. Yeah, what's up, Mike?
Is Cypress already installed? I see on the file path on your left there. Is that, or do we need to install?
As long as you run that initial npm install or yarn, Cypress is good to go. I made sure to put that in the dependencies so we wouldn't have to deal with a lot of people waiting on Cypress to install. I'm going to go ahead and check out to solution branch because right now I'm on the master solution. Check out solution. Oh, no. Okay, I'm going to quit out of this and retype that. Git check out the solution. Okay.
Vic, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, what's up?
Npm install and what else?
Oh,
just,
for the dependencies.
Yeah, what did you put in the terminal?
So it'll be npm for the initial dependencies or for the added dependencies?
Both.
Okay, yeah, okay, cool. So when you first open the project, the first thing you need to do is just type npm install. And that should give you all the dependencies that were already listed in this package.json. So here are some of the dependencies. Actually, I wish I would have erased these because we don't need those. And we have the Cypress as a dev dependency. After you've done that, then you're going to type, if you're using npm I styled components space yup space React Router DOM. And as a matter of fact, I am going to go ahead and copy this into the after hours channel so people have it.
Wait, what do I need to do with it?
Let's see. So npm install, I think, and npm I.
Milk or something.
And if anybody knows it, uses npm and these commands are wrong, please correct me. Please correct that.
And then do you do npm start afterward?
Oh yeah, well we're not even going to be, I'm not even running the project yet. So we're going to be doing some stuff before we even run the project. I typically write as much code as I can before I even bother starting it. I only start it when I want to see the result of what I've typed. All right. So, okay, yeah, so I just checked out to the solution branch. Now I'm going to make it to where all future pushes go to the solution branch. And so I do that by typing git push -u and then the name of the branch. And that makes it to where from this point on, I just have to type git push and not git push origin solution. Oh, wait a minute. Solution does not appear to be a Git repository. Did I misspell it? Git checkout B solution.
I think you need to push. Oh, well, you're checking out.
Git checkout B, switch to a new branch solution. Git push U solution. Is that misspelled? I don't see it misspelled. Solution.
Wait, aren't you supposed to put it in parentheses? You did, right?
No,
Git push U parentheses. I think it's supposed to be in parentheses.
I've never had to put it in parentheses before. We can try it though. Push U solution. Oh, I bet it's origin, right?
Origin.
Yeah, push U origin U solution. Okay, I bet that's it. And that might be mixed up.
Yeah.
Nope.
There
we go.
Okay. Well,
I thought maybe I had mixed up the order of this somehow. And maybe it just doesn't matter. Maybe you can do git push U flag origin solution and it doesn't matter like the order of those after the git push. Anyway. All right, cool. So we're on the solution branch and everything's ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and add a commit here. Git commit installed dependencies. These I think I will need. All right, awesome. All right, so while I talk to you guys a little bit about kind of what I'm imaging in my head, the image I have in my head for this, it's going to be really simple. So I think I want a navbar at the top. It's going to be a fixed navbar, and it's going to be really simple, at least at first, where we're only going to have like maybe the home link. And then we're going to have 2 pages. We're going to have the home page, and the home page is just going to have this splash screen of this delicious looking hamburger and just a button that takes you to the build a burger form. And then we'll have another page which will be the build a burger form. And we're going to have lots of options, guys. And I think for the form, I probably want like a splash image on the top of that as well. But I don't want it to be very, very wide. So we'll see what happens. All right, so let's see what we're working with here. All right, so I did include this index.css. All that is a reset. That's that Meyer reset we learned about when we first started learning CSS. And I added 2 other things. That's the box sizing border box property. And this, I set the font to sans serif. Just because I think it looks better than whatever the default is. Okay, so index.js. What should we do in index.js? We know we're going to be using React Router, right? So should we just go ahead and throw the router in right now? That's right. I heard somebody say it. Okay, so we're going to import React Router. And just to be different, I'm actually not going to I'm just not going to cast it as router, just to remind myself every once in a while that you don't have to do that. That's just like something you can do. And I'm going to wrap it around React strict mode, because I just want to make sure that there's not going to be any negative interaction between the strict mode and the code that's in the browser router. I doubt there would be, but just in case. All right, there's that. All right, and I think that's all we're going to need to do in index.js for now. App.js is when it's going to start to get interesting. Right now, we don't have anything in there, but we know we're going to want a navbar. So let's see, navbar. We're going to want a home page. Let's see, we're going to want a form. We can call it like maybe burger form or something like that. If you guys think of a cooler name than that, let me know. Is that all we're going to need? I know this is a simple application, so.
Hero section, like a big splash image.
Oh yeah, that's going to be right here, buddy. We're going to have that right in there.
Okay.
And we're going to have routes. So that means we're going to need to import route from React Router DOM. And we're going to go ahead and use a switch as well, even though that's kind of a little overkill in this case, since we're only going to have like, what, 2 routes? I think that'll be good right there. So let's think about this here. We're going to have a navbar. And that navbar is going to be there all the time, right? So it's going to like any page we go onto, we're going to have this navbar. So I'm not going to put that in a route. But these other 2 will be in a route. Let's see, routes. And this will be, we'll just make let's make the first one burger form. And the reason I'm saying that, the reason I'm making the first one burger form is because I'm picturing that, so we're gonna have just slash for our path for our home page, and burger form is gonna be / like burger form or something like that. So we want to have the most specific URL first, because if we had / burger form and then we had, you know, gosh, what is it? Homepage right here. Then since it's only / it would go ahead and say, oh, okay, this is a match. We do have a / and we would just go to homepage. All right, and let's just copy that. And let's make this the homepage. Page. All right, path-wise, path equals / what do you guys think? Burger form or build a burger or build your burger? Any opinions?
I like build a burger. It's like build a bear.
Yeah, I like that too. Build a burger. Okay, build a burger. All right, and this will be, we're gonna go ahead and put exact, even though we won't need it, just because I like to be future-proof. Let's fix that. All right, and that should work for now. But we have not created these components, so it's gonna, if we were to try to yarn our npm start this thing, we would get like a ton of errors. So let's go ahead and create these components. So I like to do this in the terminal, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a components directory, and to do that I'm going to type make dir source components. Make sure I got that spelled right. Okay, and that will create a components directory. Awesome. And now I'm going to create, gosh, I guess 3 components. I'm wondering if I should put home page. Yeah, I'll go ahead and put home page in the components folder. I was thinking about putting it in just in source, since it's like the home page, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see. source components, and I will, oh yeah, you can't do that, can you? I was trying to do it like just shift backwards to select. All right, source components, home page. What is going on here? Okay, there we go. Homepage.js. And then source components, Navbar is another one we're going to need, navbar.js. Source components, burger form. We don't have burger form yet. Burger form.js. All right. Awesome. And that put all our new components inside here. And I'm gonna like put them up here in the order. Here, let's get rid of this. We can get rid of that index.css too. Come on. There we go. I'll put them in the order that they appear on the app.js component. All right, so we're gonna do our normal React template stuff here. Import React from React. Then we'll create the function for the functional component, navbar equals, and I'm gonna go ahead and put props here. I don't even know if we're gonna have props yet, but just in case we do, I'll go ahead and put props there. Return. See, navbar is probably going to be a nav, but let's just go ahead and keep it like that for now. Export default navbar. All right, and I'm just going to copy this and paste it into those other components that we just created. All right, let's change their names, of course. So I'm pressing Control D to select the next instance of Navbar. And that gives me two cursors that are both selecting Navbar. And so I can retype them at the same time. Burger form. All right. And now we have homepage. Control D.
Wow. How do you do that again? How do you're able to type two?
Yeah,
area?
so you select whatever you want to get the duplicate of, and you press Control D. On Mac, it may be Command D. I'm not sure about that. And that allows you, and you can keep doing that. So if you had like 10 home pages on one file, you could just keep hitting Control D until you selected all of them, and then change them all at the same time. It's really nice. All right, let's get back to Navbar. All right, so we're gonna get an error because we haven't passed in any components yet into this return. I think, yeah, let's go ahead and make this a nav. We'll see later if we have to wrap it around something else for styling purposes. Let's see, burger form. Let's go ahead and wrap that in a div. We could wrap it in a form, but since this is pretty much going to be the entire page, I feel a little nervous about wrapping the entire thing, like the entire page in a form. So I'm just going to wrap it in a div. Let's see, home page, that should probably be a div as well. All right. So, so we've got our new components. Git commit m added components we think we will need. So I usually commit after every major change because I have had it in the past where I've had to go back commits, and it's really nice to be able to go back, you know, in little stages. Somebody say something? No? Okay. Okay, which component you guys want to work on first? The burger form's going to take a long time, so I'm kind of inclined to knock down these little ones first. Navbar homepage. I think I want to go for homepage. I mean, a Navbar. So this is going to be a link to the homepage. That means we're going to need to import a link from React Router. Link from React Router DOM. And if you're ever doing styling, you guys probably already know this, but if you're ever doing styling, this link is essentially an A tag. So if you ever want to style it, you can just get it as an A tag. All right, so this is to, and this is going to be to home. So we're just going to put a / there, and we'll just call it home. What is up with these like capital O's on my home, man? All right, cool. And we wanted this to be a fixed, navbar. So we can probably go ahead and do the styling on that right away. Let's go ahead and import styled components. Style components. All right. Const navigation equals styled dot nav. Okay. Somebody said something? Maybe just somebody's unmuted and they're talking to somebody else. Okay, so
I'm just excited to code.
yeah, I hear that. Yeah, at least that's what I hope. All right, you guys are probably actually like way better at styling than I am. Styling is not something I get excited about. It's something, I mean, if I have an image in my head or if I have a design to go off of, I can do it. I can replicate anything, but I'm not a designer. You know what I'm saying? So you guys can really help me with this. So we want a fixed nav. How do we do that?
Does position matters? Like, are we going to have a left, center, or right side?
You're saying a lot of good keywords there. Yeah, you're definitely on the right track. We are definitely gonna have to use position, and you can also use left, top, and right too with that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go ahead.
No. Oh, you were saying.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, so what you were getting at was position fixed, probably. And I'm gonna go for top 0, and that will probably get us what we want. And if we do like a width of 100%, then that should stretch us to as wide as the entire screen. Okay, what color do we want the background of our nav to be?
Like a dark gold.
A dark gold. I wonder if there is a dark gold. Like if we can straight up put like dark gold background, dark.
Goldenrod?
Dark gold. Goldenrod? Dark goldenrod? What is that even?
Goldenrod?
Okay, we're gonna have to actually start this so we can see what this looks like. What color?
Yeah.
I wonder if black will work with this. We'll see.
Dark goldenrod.
I don't even know what that looks like. So I'm gonna type yarn start to start this. For you guys, it'll be npm start if you're using npm. Yarn start.
Let's see. Huh. All right. npm start.
Wow, this is taking a long time to load. I wonder if we have any errors. It's definitely possible that we have errors. We have errors. Oh, we never imported the components that we created. We created them, but we never imported them into app.js. That is so typical of me to do something like that. Okay, so see, we have Navbar, burger form, and homepage, but we never imported them, so we don't have access to them. Okay, so import Navbar from components and Navbar. Import burger form, yes, from components and burger form. Let's go. And import homepage from components homepage. All right, let's see if we're getting errors here. Compile with warnings. I'll take some warnings. That's fine. Oh, wait a minute. What? Oh, okay. Does anybody know what the problem is? What did I screw up? I do this all the time.
For the style components.
You like not CD into the folder for npm start?
Oh, you guys are so close. It's that kind of problem. But so I created my awesome little styled component thing here, but I never used it. So of course it's not getting the styling because I never used the styling. All right, that will probably clear that up. All right, looks like we compiled successfully. Didn't even give us any warnings. Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting. Kind of like a brownish gold.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I was thinking
Yeah,
go ahead.
that's what Rod was referring to.
Oh, yeah, okay. Let's see. Let's work on this a little more. So I'm kind of wanting, I don't want our home link to be on the left. I want it to be on the right. So we're gonna kind of have to mess around a little bit with this. Maybe with some flex box. All right. And justified content, maybe? Justified content, and then maybe like flex end might work. This is definitely not something I use very often. Oh yeah, there it is. Awesome. It's not exactly what we want, right? But it's at least on the right side of the screen. So we've got something going on. Let's mess with this anchor tag a little bit, because basically we don't want that underline thing that's going on. That looks like, I don't know, like the 1990s or something. So we definitely don't want that. And to get rid of that, we're just gonna like use text decoration.
None.
Yeah, that's right. What color should we use, guys? For the font, should we use black or white?
I'd go for
What'd you say, Melanie?
I would go for white.
White.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go for white. Color equals FFF. All right.
If we want to make the text bold, we could go text weight. I'm trying to remember.
I think it's
like
font weight, but I'm gonna see if text weight works, because if it does, you just blew my mind. I've never heard of that. Okay, no, it is font weight.
Yeah, font weight.
Like I said, I am not a CSS god, so there's definitely a good chance that you're gonna teach me something tonight. Let's see what we've got so far. Okay, dude, actually that doesn't look bad. I like it. Obviously it's too thin. We're gonna have to like, we'll probably work on the font size.
So-
Go ahead.
How would you change like the font style?
Like the font itself.
Yeah. Will you do it right there?
You could.
Font family, right? Or do
Yeah, you
mean
could do like font family. Anybody have any ideas for some fonts? Arial maybe? Area? Oh yeah, okay. We're gonna do all three. Why not? Yeah, and it almost looks exactly the same. Okay.
Okay.
There's got to be something more extreme. Oh, dude, do they have what is that silly font that people use? Like Comic Sans, that's it. Comic.
Uh-oh. That's the ultimate sin.
Yeah, exactly, right? Comic, is it not here? Do I not see it? Oh, that's too bad.
VS Code is like, you shall not speak the name of.
Yeah, that
There you
looks a
go.
little different. I think I do like sans serif a little better than that though. When you said font style, were you talking like italics and stuff like that, or is this what you're talking about?
Font family.
Oh, okay, right on. All right, so we definitely margin right. What do you guys think? Like maybe 100 pixels, I don't know.
40.
40? Let's go, 40. All right, let's try 40.
Let's see how it looks.
Oh, actually, that doesn't look bad. Let's make the height of this thing higher though. Any height that people are feeling?
80 or 60 VH.
Ooh, 80 VH, is that what you said? Oh, that's gonna be big, man.
Yeah.
That's gonna be real big. Let's see what that's gonna be like almost the entire screen.
Oh.
Boom!
Okay, maybe not.
The Navbar to end all other Navbars. Yeah, let's let's try some pixels here and see what that looks like. Okay, that's not bad. If we do go with this width though, we should probably like deal with our font size a little bit, and we're definitely going to want to get this in the center.
I have an obscure thing I want to ask.
Yeah, sure. What's up?
Probably wasting time. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's totally fine.
If I want to make like that nav bar like a bun shape, and I want to make the radius of the top corners, how would I do that?
Ooh, did you say a bun shape? Dude,
Yeah,
that is a sick idea. I see where your head's at. You're kind of like making it like the top bun. Oh, dude. Oh my gosh.
It's like border radius, right? It's like border radius and like
But border radius can get complicated. Like it's not like, so you can do like we're starting to get outside of like my capabilities here as a CSS person. Yeah, it's going to be border radius, but in order to get the look of a bun, you're going to need like a sharp border at the beginning, and then like a
softer
border on top, right? Because
just to curve it around. That's
just curve it.
Yeah, we can just make life easy, like SpongeBob.
Yeah, I'm getting a little ridiculous, aren't I? Okay, let's see. Let's try 20 pics. But I really liked your idea, man. That's a great idea. See, I'm just not creative, man. I just can't think of stuff like that. Oh, and okay, we only want the tops, right?
Yeah.
So border, oh gosh, I don't even know how to do this.
I can.
Border radius, maybe border top. No. Oh, wait. What? Border top.
Yep.
Oh, boom! Bottom left radius, top left radius. Let's go. Okay. IntelliSense for the win. Okay, top left radius. All right. What did we go with? Was it 30 pixels?
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was. And then we're gonna have border top left, or top right radius, and that will be 30 pixels as well. All right, let's see what that looks like. Dude, I actually like that. I wonder if we could get away with even a little more than that. Let's try it a little more. This is crazy. I'm really digging this. All right. Let's see, maybe try 50 and see where that gets us. I kind of like it. What do you guys think? You think, is it too much?
No, that's fine.
All right, cool. We'll go with that then. We can always change it later if you guys decide you don't like it. I definitely don't have a right to say anything because I suck at design. All right, so we decided we wanted to be in the center. How should we do that?
Would a line item center work?
Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's exactly what you need. A line items center. Nice. Not, maybe after we change the font size, it'll look better. I just don't know how I feel about that home being all the way over there by itself, looking all insignificant. Font size and rims. What do you guys think?
Sure.
2 rims, maybe? I don't know. Oh, but putting font size in rim when we have a static sized navigation height may be a problem. We don't have to mess with it right now, but like if you guys are like coding an actual application, if you were to have like a static height for your navigation and then set like a dynamic font size like this, that could be an issue where the font size is going to be too big for the navigation. And in that case, we probably want to actually have some kind of rim size for this, which we could just go ahead and do 4 rims. We'll see what that looks like.
Oh, we'll make it half as small right there. Oh, I see.
Not bad. It looks like it got a little smaller. Maybe we should make it a little more than 4 rims. The reason I like this is because the height will scale with the size, the big size of the. I like that actually. Nice, not too bad. I mean, you can imagine, you would have extra, more menu items over here. All right, cool. Let's see. Okay, we do have it linked to home. I think that's all we need in this for now. Cool, I like it. So let's go ahead and get started on the home page. Okay, so we're going to have like a call to action, right? The big header image of the burger. And we'll have like some kind of message there, like build a burger or welcome to build a burger or something. To make this a little more semantic, I'm going to call it a header instead of a div. And then this is going to be the most important thing on the screen, so we'll call it an H1. What do you think should be the tagline?
We build it, you eat it.
Oh, dude, what? I like that. I would have never thought of that. Should it be capitalized, you guys think? It is usually not capitalized, but this is kind of important since it's referring to the burger. We'll go ahead and capitalize it and see what happens. We build it, you eat it. Or no, wait a minute, maybe you build it, you build it, we eat it.
Right.
because the thing is like, they're building the burger, they're like creating this burger. They can have as many, up to 3 patties and any kind of bun they want, crazy amounts of toppings. So they're kind of building it.
You're right. So you build it, you eat it.
You build it, you eat it. Yeah, I like it. All right, awesome. So we're going to, the reason I didn't put the image in here is because I want this to be over the image, which means we're probably gonna have to put it as a background image of header, unless we want to do some wizardry with like making negative margins and stuff like that. So that means we're gonna need to make some style components here. Import styled from styled components. All right, and we're just going to go ahead and make the container const container equals styled dot div. Yeah, that's right. All right. And before I forget, because I'm terrible about this, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it on container. All right. So we're going to want this to take up the entire screen with 100%. Dude, I do not know why VS Code does that. Whenever I write a percentage, it doubles it.
Huh.
Yeah, I'll have to look that up. Let's see. Do we need display? Do we need Flexbox at all? I'm not sure that we will. I guess we can just press on and see if it's needed. Header, we're going to want that to be 100% because it's going to contain the image. See what I'm saying? What is up with that, VS Code? Come on. We spend so much time together.
You have like an add-on maybe?
Say what?
It could be an add-on?
It's got to be something weird, dude, because that is not normal behavior, I wouldn't think.
No.
Okay, and this is going to be our background image. Background image. I hate messing with background images, by the way. There's like so much stuff you have to do to make them correct, to make them like display right. And see, look at that. Extra parentheses. Why, VS Code, why? What did I ever do to you? Let's go ahead and import our image. Let's see, I've got 3 images saved. That one looks pretty good. That could be for ingredients though, because you got like tons of ingredients. Ooh, oh my God, I need to eat that right now.
Oh, wow.
That looks so good. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's my move. Okay. Import. Oh yeah, I gotta say what it's called. Burger Splash. Burger. And by the way, I got those images from unsplash.com. Burger Splash from, let's see, images, and it was my new, okay. Awesome. Since we are inside of tick marks here, that means this is a, gosh, what do they call those? It's an interpolate. We can add an interpolation inside of the screen. I forgot what these kind of strings are called, but that means since we're inside of tick marks, we can do something like this and put a variable inside of it. So we're going to put burger splash inside of here and make sure we close it. And I have a feeling it's not going to look the way we want it to. Well, it's definitely going to look the way we want it to since it's not displaying anything. Okay, how's it? Oh, we're not at /. And that's not why either. 3,000. Nope. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa.
Yeah, it's going up, right?
Is it up here? What? Oh, dude. Okay, so what's happening is we don't have any content in our homepage right now. So the image is only taking up as much space as the content. And this is fixed. So it's, it basically doesn't count. It doesn't take up any space. Okay. All right, so let's maybe put a height of 100 VH. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, we're getting there. Oh, we're getting there. We definitely don't want it to be that high up though, because we've got it's screwing with our hamburger. Can't have that. Okay, so
30 maybe.
we've got so much work to do. It sucks. Okay, so maybe 90 view. But the thing is, before we even do that, we need to mess with our margins, right? Margin top. How tall did we make that? It was rems, right? Margin top, and I think it was like 5 rem or something like that. 5 rem. Because we basically want this to appear at the bottom of the hamburger bun. Oh my God, I love it. We do have a little bit of an edge here. Oh, okay, so that means that we're not centered exactly. And something is not taking up 100%. Okay, so, or maybe we have some overflow. Surely it's not overflow. Just to be safe, I'm going to make overflow hidden. This is a good thing to write if you want to make sure you don't have a horizontal scroll bar. Okay, so we still have a little bit of edge coming up here. I don't want to spend too much time troubleshooting this. Okay, so that's width 100. So what is above that? That's going to be this div right here. So that means this div is not taking up 100%, which means we are going to have to style it. Import styled from styled components.
What a duct tape solution would make the background black, so that way it kind of matches the image.
Mm-hmm. It's not a bad idea actually either. If this quick fix doesn't work, we are going that direction. Const app styled dot div sent. See if this does it. Why? All right. Wait a minute. Actually, was I tripping? Either it fixed it or I was tripping, because what I may have been seeing was on the edge of this scroll bar, there's a little bit of white. And that made, oh, dude, no, wait, look at that. Look at that. No. Nope. We can't have that. Oh, no way. No. Huh. Okay, so there's the only way we would possibly solve that problem is by wrapping the navigation in a div and giving that div a color of white so that this doesn't happen. Or we could, as, what's your name, Alexander? As Alexander was saying, we could make the background of the app div black, and that would mean that it basically looks the same whenever we scroll to this point.
Right.
I like making it black on the background.
All right, that's what we're gonna do then. I was on the edge, so all I needed is somebody to tip me over. All right, background, and we're going to make this, I guess we can try it like as black as it can get and see what that looks like. It looks like nothing. That's interesting, all right. Oh, dude. Okay, so this change did not matter because we did, just like I told you guys, I do this all the time, man. I always forget to put this, to wrap it around after I create it. App container. All right.
Oh.
But we still haven't seen any changes. How's that? Why is this? We've got this div. background is black. Why isn't it showing up behind the navbar? Maybe this is considered part of the navbar, even though it's like, you know, got that curvy border. A way we could, gosh, how could we possibly test that? No, sure, it can't be, because I mean, look at that. What is happening here? Why is this?
Where you
not-
have your picture background, why don't you add a background color behind it or in addition with it, and it should take care of that. I'm not watching. So.
Behind the what? Behind the image?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's try that. Where were we?
Can be changed to a color in addition to the background being there.
All right, so this will be the default background color if the image is not there. I think is how this works. Let's try it. And that will be pure black. All right. Okay, that didn't do it for us. But I mean, if we're gonna have this anyway, then maybe we should just get rid of the margin, and that would fix that. So we could have like this, and then that means that's just gonna scroll up to the top all the time.
There you go.
Yeah, we could do that. All right, cool. And like, I mean, look at this. Like, oh yeah, this is a burger place, but we're just seeing like Salt Bay, sprinkle some salt with some Coca-Colas in the back. It's not very burgery. All right. So
What happens if you go height 100%?
On which one? On this one?
Yeah, just out of curiosity.
This could have some unusual behavior. Let's see. I know height is never very predictable. Yeah. Maybe min height. We'll try min height and see if that gives us anything. This would make it cover the entire application, I would think. But, let's see. Nope. So it's only going to take up 100% of the content, I guess. Yeah, I've never had very much luck with using percentage and heights. All right, so we've got our splash, but we don't have our splash the way we want it, right? So
Try width 40% for the image.
For the image, okay. For the image, so.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if we can mess with the background with. Doesn't look like it. We can do some other stuff though. Background size. Maybe. Specify the size of the background images. All right, and 40%. See what that gives us.
There you go.
Burgers all around. Okay, but we don't want it to repeat. Background repeat.
None.
Repeat.
No repeat.
No repeat. Yeah, that's right. All right. Let's see. Oh no, that's not what we want either. Because we want it to go all the way across a giant burger, a burger to end all other burgers. Background. Gosh, I know there's something. What were you saying, Mike?
Would either cover. Yeah, cover or contain.
And I think that's here.
Size.
It's background size. Oh.
They have part of my project. I covered it. Yeah.
Okay, background cover instead of percentage. Let's try that. Oh. That was really disappointing. I was like, we got it. And then I go back and it's like, we're back to Salt Bay. Okay. I think, no, like it was good. It was a great idea. I think
What
we're on
about
the right
contain?
track though. Contain. Oh. Oh, dude.
Try max height.
Max height. The thing is, we can't do that on the image when it's the background. I think we're on the right track though with percentages. 50%. What is up with that? And we want it to go up, right? So 75%. So this is like the X position and this is the Y position. That's not what you want. Dude, what is going on here? Oh, because it's taking up 50% of the. That's not. No. That's not what we want. Okay, so there's got to be something else. There's got to be something else we're missing here. Background. Origin. Position. We haven't used position yet. Oh, dude, this will be it because we want to like move it up, right? Basically, we want it to be this size, but we want it to move up. So maybe position Y. Property is experimental. Be cautious. Well, I don't like that. Okay. So we want it to be the same width. We can try 75%. I don't know if that's going to be good enough. We'll try it. Oh, almost. That's pretty close. It probably needs to go down though, right?
Yeah.
Because we're not seeing the top of. We want to see that whole burger. Oh my God, it's so large and delicious looking. Y'all, I'm on a diet and seeing these pictures is driving me crazy. Okay, 60. Not too bad. What do you guys think? Should I go down, up, leave it like it is?
I think it's fine there, right?
Yeah, let's do there. Oh, that looks so good. All right. Oh, but where's our H1? What? Did you guys see the H1?
Oh, no.
Maybe it's at the top and it's being covered by the menu.
Inspected, maybe?
I'm gonna do an experiment. Let's do this real quick. So the color needs to be white for now. We can change it later, so we can see it. And I'm betting that it is behind the nav. So let's do a margin top of 5 rem. And maybe we can see it then. Oh, there it is. Okay, awesome. But that's not what we want. We definitely do not want that. That some H1 that is. It's like smaller than our nav link. Okay, so we are going to need some display flex going on here. All right, display flex. Flex direction. No, not flex direction. No. Justify content. Because we want to center it, I think. Or do we? I think that's what we're going to want. Justify content center. And we'll probably also want to do Mike's line items center as well to get it in the middle. See where that puts us. Beautiful. All right. But we don't want it to be that size. So font size.
3.6 rem.
3.6 rem. That is oddly specific. All right, let's see what that looks like. Oh, not bad. I mean, okay, so I like this, but it's getting a little lost in the background.
So we got to make the background a little darker with opacity.
Yes. I like
I
that.
think backdrop filter would be better, but I don't think Firefox supports it. So
What were you saying, Nathan? Can you say that one more time?
I think backdrop filter would be better, but Firefox doesn't support it.
Dude, I've never even heard of that. I would love to try that.
It's kind of new.
Does it work on Chrome?
Last I checked, yes.
Okay, let's try it, dude. I have never even heard of it, so I'm gonna love to take this for a test drive. So backdrop filter. It doesn't even have any notes on it. What kind of value does it take?
A bunch.
That's not what you want to hear.
Okay. Brightness, and treat it like a function. So brightness, open parentheses.
Okay.
40%.
40%. Like that?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
And then let's tweak the numbers.
All right. Dude, I love it, man. I love it. I love it, man. Teaching me stuff. This is I think pretty much exactly what we're looking for. We want to play with it a little bit, right? Let's put some padding on it.
Don't we want to do this on the entire, put the backdrop filter on the entire header instead of just the H1?
Yeah, we could do it that way too. So so is that what you guys want to do?
Yeah.
That's actually good. So so basically making the background image darker, not the H1. Yeah, I like that. And then we won't have to
look that up. Nathan, you said there's a lot of features on that.
Let me post a link.
All right,
Thank you.
Put that by background since that's what we're kind of messing with here. Backdrop filter. Oh, what happened? It didn't do anything. Is it not working because it's a background image or something? No, it should be. If it works on the background. Specify, oh, that's it. The backdrop filter CSS property lets you apply blah, blah, blah.
Okay, yes. So you basically have to have like an extra div on top of the div with the background in it.
Okay, gotcha. That's really cool, man. We're not going to be able to use it unless we change our code. I really wish we could leave it in because I want to have like some record of using it. Let me try doing this and see what this looks like. Padding. This is the direction I thought you were going. I don't know, 20 pixels. Thing is though, is like I just don't know how I feel about that.
Let me see.
You might be able to make it look a little bit better if you put some border radius on this as well.
Okay, right on. What kind of border radius do you think? Border, like some subtle border radius?
25%.
Oh, some like 25%. That's like pretty legit border radius, right? That's like kind of high, right? Yeah. Maybe something a little more subtle though.
15%.
15% or 15 pixels? Percent. All right. I think it's kind of interesting though that when this is kind of the look we were kind of trying to go for up here. I think that's kind of interesting. Let's go something a little more.
That's what I was expecting.
Yeah, same here.
Let's see. What about that? Or is that too much? What do you guys think? There's two camps on this. Some people like border radius to be really subtle. Some people just they love it. So I don't know, man. I can go either way.
I like this one. I like this one better.
All right, we'll go with it then. All right, and we could always change this later if we want, if we have time. I feel like we're kind of getting lost in styling, which is great for me. I'm learning new stuff. I've never even heard of this. It's really awesome. Thanks for bringing that up, Nathan. All right, so we still need a link to our form. That should probably be on our home page. So maybe like some kind of button that takes us to it. And it's just going to look like a button. I think we're just going to use like a link or something. Link from React router DOM. All right, awesome. And that can go, it's not going to be a part of the header, so we can just put it down here. Is that, that means we're going to have some styling though. Well, we'll see what happens. Link. And this will be, where did we land? Like, maybe it can be like build your burger. I'm not married to that, so if you guys want to change it, let me know. And this will be to our form, which we decided was what? Build a burger. This is homepage. All right. All right, and that's a link, so that means we're gonna have to do some stuff to it to make it look the way we want.
I think you might actually be able to just wrap a button in the link tag too.
Really?
Like button, and then put the text in it, and then put the link around it.
I've never tried that. Usually when I do this, I just style it to look like the anchor tag to look like a button. I'm going to go ahead and use a regular link. And the reason I went that way is because the button would just kind of have no use unless we're using it for styling. Let's see. Although, I don't know, we'll just go this direction for now. And I don't know, there's been times in the past where people give me suggestions, I'm like, I don't know, and then like we end up doing their idea anyway. Okay, we're gonna want its font size to be kind of big, but not bigger than the H1. So maybe 2.4, 2.4 rand. And we're gonna want a border. No, we're gonna want some padding first. Padding 40 pixels maybe. Now that seems big, doesn't it? 20 pixels. Whoa, what? I somehow clicked my caps. All right, 20 pixels. Then we'll hit the border. Okay, what color should our button be, guys? Solid.
You just make that black.
Just make it black? Okay. Okay, 0, 0, 0. And it gave me an extra hashtag. What? And that means our color is going to also be black, but I think that's default anyway. So let's see what that looks like. Apparently the default color is blue. Oh, maybe because it's a link. Okay. Color is going to also be black. 2.0. See, it just did it again. My VS Code is freaking tripping out. Okay, so we are going to have to use display. We are going to have to use flexbox after all here because we want to be able to control our anchor tag position easily. So we're probably going to want to make this a column because we got the header and then we got the link. Yeah, okay. Flex direction, column. And then we'll do a line item center. Let's see what that looks like. We may have to do some more adjusting. Oh yeah, we've got a black background, right? Okay, maybe let's try switching this to white and see what it looks like. Okay. Why does it do that? All right. Okay, well, at least we can see it now. But it's like right up against it. So let's put some margin bottom on our header. Let's make it the same as our Navbar. Okay, but Okay. Change my mind. This is gonna go on the button. Margin bottom. 5 rem 0, 5 rem 0. All right, there we go. We need some kind of hover on this real quick though. Anybody have any suggestions for a hover?
Hover.
Yeah, hover. Maybe we can do like a white that is like really transparent or something. Background. RGBA. And let's see, it's going to be.
For what element? I kind of step away.
Oh yeah, this is the anchor tag that looks like a button. Is it 255? I think that's right, 255. 5, yes. Okay, and 0.2. Let's see what that looks like. Because we just want like a slight, oh, that's too much. We want it to be more subtle than that, right? So 0.5. That's like really subtle. Right. Oh, dude, I actually kind of like it though. I can maybe even like see it going like lighter than that, like more transparent than that.
Can't even tell.
Yeah, I think either
really?
background or a button.
Oh, so you guys can't see the difference?
I can barely see it.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really subtle.
It's just washing out with the zoom and whatnot.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. So you guys aren't seeing it in as good of quality as I am. I see. Well, let's. You guys will have access to this code. Feel free to change this around. I feel like we're getting kind of stuck on this styling stuff. I want to get into some form stuff. All right.
Yeah, let's do that.
And it's my fault. I get excited when I write code and like we're being all collaborative and you guys are teaching me stuff. So, okay, yay. Now to the fun stuff, he said sarcastically. All right, that's how you do it, right? You want to import everything as yup from yup. We know we're going to need that. Let's see, what else are we going to need? Probably going to need styled components at some point. Styled from styled components. And we'll call that good for now. So if you guys look at the README from the page, it has like all the stuff all the inputs we're going to include. I'm going to put it over here so I can look at it. You guys feel free to look at it either on the README of the project or on the actual GitHub README. Okay, so we're going to need 2 text fields, text inputs that are going to be, one's going to be name, one's going to be a phone number. And actually that one's going to be type tell. All right, I like to wrap my inputs into, I like to wrap my labels around the inputs because it gives me more design power. So I can design the labels. So let's just call this input. And actually, we don't want to do that. We want to make this self-closing. And I'm just going to start copying and pasting this because we have so many inputs. So 2 regular inputs. A choice of bun, that's going to be a drop down. So that's going to be a select actually. Select. All right, and then we're going to have number of patties, which is going to be radio buttons. I think I'm going to put those in a field set, just so we can control them together. Let's see, so we're gonna have 1 patty, 2 patties, 3 patties. All right, then we're gonna have a choice of condiments. These are all gonna be checkboxes. Should probably put these in a field set as well. Okay. Wow, that's going to be so many checkboxes. All right, Control C. So I'm wanting to include at least like 8 ingredients. So that's 8 checkboxes, guys. But 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're going to have a text area for special instructions. All right. And so this is going to be an actual text area, I believe. I think that would work. Text area, yes. And then we're going to obviously have our button. Say, or order your burger. Maybe we'll change this later if we don't like it. Order your burger. And this will be type submit. Wow, that is a lot. That is a lot. Okay. Submit. All right. So all of these inputs are going to have some similar things that they're going to need. So let's go ahead and select all of them and put like the base code for what they're going to need. The input. So I'm doing that Control D thing right now, guys, where I'm selecting all the inputs and that puts all my cursors on them. All right, so they're all going to have a type, which is going to be enclosed in a string. All going to have a name. Probably all going to have an on change, which is going to be enclosed by curly brackets. Oh yeah, we're going to be doing testing later. So data sci, I think is what it's called. Am I missing anything else, guys? Any other attributes? We can add them later.
Value?
Oh, you're totally right. Yep. Yep, you're totally right. Value. All right. Yep. Value. And that is most likely going to be enclosed with curly brackets. Not all of them will be curly brackets, though. Okay, let's go. So this is going to be name. Name. Let's see, the type is going to be text. Not test, text. The name is going to be name, and the data CY is going to be name. All right, this is going to be type tell. This is going to be phone.
Question: How
Yes.
would you put like a default value, like customer name, inside a text field, or put your name?
Oh, so yeah, okay, so there's probably, okay, the thing that's coming off at the top of my head is I would set a placeholder for that value, and then whenever I do the default value of my my entire form, I would include that value as the default value instead of an empty string. That's probably how I would go about doing that.
Okay.
But we probably don't want a default value for phone number and name. All right. Okay. I guess we can go ahead and put all these on change, because we know this is going to be something like handle change or something like that. handle change. Gosh, there's just so much. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start building my default state. Const default, or maybe default form state. Default form state. And I'm putting this outside of this component just because it doesn't need to be inside of there. And there's no reason for this to be like re-rendered every time, you know, this gets re-rendered. So just save a little bit on performance. And if like in the future, if you have like a system that like detects like the code debt of your repositories, like are your code complexity, keeping things outside of this functional component will help with that. So like some of the things that cause code complexity according to these third-party softwares is like large functions. So very long functions will cause that. And we can make our function smaller by making this variable, putting this variable outside of the function. You will deal with that during labs a lot. So there's a little snapshot of the future. All right, so we're gonna have a name that will be a default of blank. We'll have a phone, which will default to blank. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, bun. Let's give them a default bun. Sesame seed bun. That's like the most common one, right? Which you usually get. Number of patties. So we'll have patties and we'll give them a default of 1 patty. Whoa. And let's see what's next. Condiments. Okay, so there's a few ways we can do this. We can make a p-value pair for every condiment. We can make condiments an array, or we can make condiments an object. I think I'm inclined to make condiments an object like this separately. Let's see, we'll have ketchup, and that will default to, these are checkboxes. So that will default to false. These are all gonna default to false. Copy that, as a matter of fact. All right, so what other condiments and fixings should we have? So mustard, definitely mustard. All right, and this can include like tomato and stuff too. So lettuce definitely should be on there.
Yes.
Did somebody say mayonnaise? That's a good idea. Mayonnaise. We need 8 of these, so if you have any ideas, keep them coming.
Barbecue sauce.
Oh, barbecue sauce, yeah, of course.
And somebody said pickles too.
Pickles, yeah, of course we need pickles. I don't like pickles, but my wife does, so.
Onions.
Oh, I do love onion. Onion or onions? I will just put it as onion for now.
Cheese.
Oh my gosh, of course, cheese. That should have been like the first thing I put on here. Well, it doesn't really matter, the order. I'll just go ahead and put it down here, but yeah, cheese.
And bacon.
Bacon, yeah.
Yes, read my mind.
Bacon.
I want this burger now.
Right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's it for now. If we get like crazy later and we want to add more checkboxes, we can add more ingredients. But I don't think we're going to want to. Okay, so that's the condiments, and then we have our text area, which is going to be like instructions or something. Instruction. And that'll default to. Okay, we can also create our error state. Let's see, we have So we have an error for the name field. The name field is required and has to be at least 3 letters. The phone number field is also required and must be 10 numbers. And I do not see any other validation for the rest of those. So our error state is going to be actually pretty chill. So I'm going to just make a separate object for it, error, default error state. Default error state equals, and we'll have name, and that will default with no errors, of course, and phone, and that will, of course, default with no errors. All right. So there's our default states for our form and errors. So now we got to create those states. So it'll be form state, I guess. Form state set form state equals use state, and that will default to our default state. That's right. All right. Default form state. And we'll have something similar here with our errors. Const, maybe just errors, set errors, state, default, what is it at? Default, there it is, default error state. All right, oh yeah, we probably need to like make our button disabled too, like they did in the guided project, because we don't want them to be able to submit this form until they put in their name or phone number. They can't make an order if they haven't included their name and phone number. So we're going to go ahead and do that too. Const button disabled. Is button disabled? Yeah, I like that. Maybe just is disabled. Set is disabled. State. And that will just, we want it to be disabled by default, so it'll be true. All right, that gives us a foundation to work with. I feel like we need to start filling out our forms before we go very much further. All right, so this is going to be form state dot name. This is going to be form state dot phone. Wow, select, dude, I hate select. We're gonna set a default value though. We already know that, so let's go ahead and get that going. And it's gonna be sesame seed. Sesame seed. And I just don't use these too often, so I'm not even sure what all we're gonna need on that. We're gonna have to experiment with that. So we're gonna have sesame seed, of course, sesame seed. Oh, and the value goes on this, doesn't it? Value will be form state dot bun, I think, yeah. Let's go ahead and copy that. Or no, wait a minute, no. What? No. That's not right. We're not supposed to control this value, I don't think. No, yeah, I think we're gonna have to do this. Sesame seed. See, all right. All right, and I have a list of other buns. So let's see what those are. Pretzel, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Pretzel. Brioche, never had that. Sounds really awesome. Brioche. Kaiser, no, Klabata, whatever that is. Klabata. And then we have the Kaiser roll. All right, there's that. But we don't have the value of this, do we? So we need like bun or something. Select bun, select bun. Okay, and then we have our radio buttons here.
Vince?
Yeah, what's up?
Should there be an on change on the select on there?
Thank you, thank you. You guys got to keep track of me. Like, this is the kind of stuff that I will space out. On change, handle, change. All right. Thank you very much. It felt like it was naked. I was like, what are we missing here? Make sure that we're not missing. Oh, we need a data. That's interesting. I'm not even sure what testing this is going to be like. Data cy equals, what is this? Fun, I guess, fun. So we're also going to need the name on this too in order to track its value. Name equals fun. All right, wow, yeah, I missed a lot on that one. Okay, radio buttons. We're gonna want the option to be after it. One patty, because I'm picturing the radio button being here and then one patty like that. 2 and 3. All right, and these are all radio. I think it's just radio too. Radio. And they'll all have the same name as well. So this is patties, I think is what we called it. Then their value and the data CY will be different. All right. All right, so how do I set the default? With select, it's selected, or its default value, I guess, right here, but you can also use selected. I want to say it's like checked or something like that for radio buttons. Checked. Yeah, I mean, at least I know it's a thing. We'll see if it works. All right, so this is 1. This will be 2, and this, of course, will be 3. Okay, yay, check marks, checkboxes, yay. He said sarcastically, I hate these things. I don't hate them, I just never use them, so I'm just not comfortable with them. I'm sure we're gonna run into all kinds of errors. I think they gotta have the same name. Is that right? You're gonna have to have different values for sure. Condiments, we'll start with that and see what happens. Then their values will, and their data CYs will all be different perhaps. Uncharted territory here. All right. So we said the first one was it ketchup or cheese? It was ketchup. Ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, barbecue. All right. Ketchup. This is like a lot of typing. Ketchup. Mustard. Mayo. Mayonnaise. And barbecue, I think was this one. Barbecue. Barbecue. And was the last one cheese? I'm gonna say the last one was cheese, I'm not sure. Or no, the last one was bacon, wasn't it? Bacon. And this one was cheese. Cheese. And then we had onion and pickle, I believe. Put pickle here. I'll put the onion up here. All right, text area. This needs all the stuff. Okay, name is going to be instructions. Instructions. CY will also be instructions, as a matter of fact. It's going to need the on change. Rules handle change. Oh yeah, so we need value as well. Value equals from state dot instructions. There we go. All right, am I missing anything, guys? Call me out if I am.
I think we put lettuce instead of pickle, and also I think ketchup is spelled like the extra H.
Oh, okay. Let me check that. Okay, so we put lettuce. Lettuce instead of pickle, and ketchup has an extra H. Oh, right here, ketchup. That's not right. Thank you very much for pointing that out. All right, and I never did check that. Lettuce, yeah, we left off pickle. My wife's not very happy about that. All right. Dude, are we ready to start building this? That's freaking crazy. Expected that to take a little longer than that. Okay, so let's try to get through this. Const handle change. I want to at least get this form working before we run out of time. I'm gonna keep trucking though, y'all. So, all right, const handle change. Okay, so it gets weird with this because we've got some weird stuff going on with the like checkboxes and stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and check if it is a checkbox. Dot type equal to checkbox. And if it is, then stuff's going to be a little different. Then we're going to set the form state. This is going to be interesting because this is nested. Form state. But we're going to be changing condiments. But we're only going to be changing one condiment. So we gotta pass in this as well. This is what Redux starts to look like. A lot of this kind of stuff. And then we only want to change this one. But it can't be name because name is condiments. So maybe e.target.value equals true. Maybe what we really want to do is put this check e.target.checked. Because if it's checked, this will be true. But we also want to be able to detect if it's unchecked. So we can't just put true here because it'll always be true after somebody clicks it. I think this will work. All right. Else, so this is anything that's not a checkbox. Set form state. I think we can just do it like this. Form state. And then we just get the name, e.target.name it's going to be the value e.target dot value. That'll definitely work with the text. Condiments is not defined. Line 38. Oh, of course, because there's not a condiments, right? But there is a form state dot condiments. Except for it's giving me an error. Why did I misspell this one? I don't know. We'll see. Form state dot. All right, let's see what error, what I did wrong here. Oh, no, maybe this is fine because, yeah. Okay, so only this needs to be spread. Because this is the name of the key, right? We don't need to put, because the key isn't form state dot condiments, it's only condiments. This is the only thing we had to spread in right here. Okay. So I think we should be working as far as like being able to use our form. We just don't have any validation or anything. Let's see here. Is this it? Oh yeah, that's right. I moved this over here. All right. Okay, we've got to do some styling because all we can see is the button. Everything else is above here. All right. So we're not done styling yet, but we already got styled components imported. So we'll call it a form container. Const form container equals styled dot div. So we want it to be, we want a margin top of 5 rem because that's the height of the Navbar. Probably also going to want this to not, well, we can change the width of the form. Or we could set the width of this div. Let's go ahead and set the width of the div. Let's see what happens. See what it looks like. 900 pixels. And we're probably going to want flexbox. And we're going to want them to be up and down like a column. Direction. Column. We're probably going to want to be in, no, we're not going to want them to be in the center, are we? Let's see what that looks like. Oh, I told you guys I always do this. Always do this. I make it and then I forget to wrap it. All right. That definitely does not look good, but we can change that here in a second. Let's make the color, if we make the color white here, will it inherit it? Yes, it will. Okay. Yeah. So we have our div and it is, it's not. Maybe if we do margin zero auto. And do a 5 rem bottom border, why not? Auto. Oh, as a matter of fact, I'm going to just do that. I can just do this. Oh, okay. Yeah, that works. Let's just test if we can use all this stuff. It's my old TL's name, my old phone number. Pretzel. Where's all our labels? We forgot to write our labels. Oh well. All right. Everything's working, but we need to like ensure that we're actually getting something, some kind of data. Okay, so we want the checkboxes. So we maybe want it to be after the checkbox ketchup. And this will be mustard. And this will be mayonnaise. Cheese and bacon. Weird fact about me, I don't like bacon. I mean, it's like okay, like eating bacon for me is the same as like eating like a piece of lettuce. I mean, I don't mean that it's tasteless. I mean, I get it as about as excited. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's like the most overhyped food in the entire world. I know that I stand alone in that fact. I have not met anybody that agrees with me. What were we saying?
What's your meat of choice then?
I have white meat, like maybe like chicken. I'm not really into like beef either, like steak. Now, like a well done, like a really well cooked steak, which I've only had like maybe once or twice in my entire life, is awesome. But most steak that I've had is like mediocre and it's like chewing like cardboard to me. I don't know. It just doesn't taste good enough to justify, you know, like the work of chewing it. I don't know. I'm a psycho. Maybe one day I'll see the light.
Fair enough.
Also don't like anything in my coffee. It's got to be straight black. I don't want anything in my tea. It's got to be just straight tea. I love beer. I love red wine. I don't know.
Are you trying to make enemies here?
I know, right? I know, right? My wife and I argue about that kind of stuff all the time. But it's cool. Like when we eat a salad, like I also don't like tomatoes. And I don't like croutons. I hate croutons. The way they crunch in your mouth, like, ugh. So like I'll give her my croutons and my tomatoes, and then I'll take her cucumbers. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, I got off topic. So we want to take this for a test drive. We want to actually see this data. So in order to do that, why don't we make a handle submit function that logs the state of our form? And whoa, hold up. Did I not wrap this in a form? Because this is a div, right? I sure as heck didn't. You guys shouldn't have let me get away with that one.
Could you just?
What were you saying? Somebody said something.
On the styled components, could you just change it to styled dot form?
Yes, that is a great idea, but I want to have it styled separately. This was my original plan to do it like this, but I just didn't do it. I was just like too busy like talking about bacon and stuff, and I guess it just slipped my mind. All right. Oh, but wait a minute. We never set our disable thing because we were able to. So disabled equals, what was it called? It's disabled. Yes, it's disabled. But we're going to set that to false for now, just so we can test our state and test our form. False. Okay, now we have a form, which means we can have a handle submit function. So on submit equals handle submit. Yosh. All right. Const handle submit equals E. All right. So we're not going to do any form validation for now. We'll just console log the form state. Console.log form state. Just to see what we're working with. All right, let's go ahead and get the console up. Let's put it at the bottom though. There we go. All right, name, my old TL, my old phone number, pretzel, 2 patties for the win, ketchup, mustard, cheese, and for all the people who appreciate delicious food, bacon. Yo, this is a test. All right. Order your burger. No. Okay. What just happened, and how do I fix it? You guys know?
It's a wrap. It's a wrapping problem, right?
No. I don't think so. I don't think that would have anything to do with it. Okay, so this is a very noobish mistake, but you know, guys, I am kind of a noob. I'm you guys in a few months. So what I forgot to, so what happened is, as soon as I hit submit, the component re-rendered, which is the keyword, hint, hint, default behavior when you submit a form.
Prevent default.
Yes, that's right. All right, so yeah, I knew there was a reason we needed that event, that E there. Okay, prevent default. All right, let's go. All right, let's go over this again. My old TL Carlos with my old phone number is gonna have a pretzel bun with 2 patties, ketchup, mustard, mayo. He likes all the condiments. He doesn't discriminate. He wants some bacon, some cheese. He doesn't want any healthy stuff because that's not what he's about. No, this is a test. All right. Oh, we got something. This, please be correct. Okay, pretzel bun. Okay, this is test. It's Carlos. 2 patties, my old phone number, and bacon, barbecue, cheese, ketchup, and mustard. Beautiful, and mayonnaise. Cool, so everything's working. Everything is working, awesome. It's definitely not beautiful, but that's okay. You can change that at some other point. Okay, so now for the fun stuff. We need to make a schema. But only for 2 things though, really. Const schema. Okay, so there's a very good chance I could mess this up because I do not use validation like this very often. So if I make a mistake, call me out. I think it's yup.object.shape. If that is not right, we will find out shortly. Okay, and we're gonna have one for name. And that is going to be a string yup dot string, and we want it to be required. And there was some other constraints. I think I had like a min value or something. Yes, minimum 3 letters. Okay, we gotcha. So that is handled by min, I believe. And we'll give it the value, and we forgot to write our errors. So that's not not a real name. Okay, we also need required. So let's please enter your name. Please enter your name. Okay, phone is going to be interesting because it's still got to be a string. String dot required. Please enter a phone number. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be interesting because so we're going to need to write some regex here because basically what I'm going to do is I want it to be 10 letters or letters, quote unquote letters, numbers long. And I don't want there to be letters. Letters can't be input. So I think the only way I'm going to be able to do that is with like matches, and I'm going to actually have to use regex. Okay, so let's get started on some regex. Regular expressions. I hate regular expressions. I'm not very good at them, and the reason for that is I don't use them very often. Pretty much every time I use them, I have to research them, and then I forget everything I learned. But we're only going to be doing some basic stuff here, right? So we can probably handle this. I know that this caret is the beginning of the string, and this is the end of the string. All right, so now we need to tell it, okay, what is the acceptable characters, okay? What characters do we want to allow? And we can do that inside these two curly brackets. And I think we can just do 0 to 9 like that. Not entirely sure. Like I said, I don't use this very often. And now we need to tell it like, how many times do we want this character set to be repeated? And that's going to be inside these curly brackets. And let's see, 660. Okay, yeah, 10. So it's 10 numbers. So I think that'll work. We'll find out whenever we use the form. All right, and if that does not match, please enter a valid phone number. Right on. And this is an object, so we do not want that. And I think that's all the validation we need, really. Yeah, right on. But we need to validate the input as we write it. But thing is, like, most of our stuff doesn't need validation. So I think I'm gonna actually like just put in another if statement here. So like if e.target.name is equal to name, or if e.target.name is equal to phone, then we're going to check our validation. And now I just got to remember how to do this. So how do we check if it's valid? I might have to look at the guided project for this, unless some of you guys have it like in your mind. How can we validate the input? Right here. I'm like, my mind's blank. Would it be yup something? Like yup.validate or something like that?
Is it yup reach?
Yup reach. Yeah, that sounds right.
It's yup reach, and then inside reach it takes the schema and the target name or something like that.
Yup. Oh, dude, yeah. Okay. It's starting to come back to me. I remember in the guided project he did this as like an external function, right? And then he had like e.persist. I wonder if we're gonna need to do that. It might be cleaner to put it. Let's go ahead and do it. So we'll write a validate function. Validate y. Y. VS Code y. All right, and I'm going to pass in the event, of course. The name, maybe the e.target. dot name. Actually, you wouldn't need to do that, would you? Because it's on E. So we'll just pass in E for now. You know, if we want to change it, we can change it later. And since okay, guys, here's a little basic JavaScript for you. You guys may already know this, but okay, so this is an arrow function, which means it's not hoisted. A regular function is hoisted. And what that means is, like, I could have a function that I wrote all the way down here and then call it up here and use it up here because it's hoisted to the top of the, gosh, what is it called? The execution order, maybe? I don't know. I'm really bad with nomenclature. But since it's hoisted, we could use it. But the thing is, these are arrow functions, they're not hoisted. So in order to use this function, I'm gonna actually have to put it above this if I wanna use an arrow function, which I do because I love it. I love arrow functions. Const validate equals E. All right, and okay, so yup.reach. Is this a method? Okay, yeah, it is. Okay, so you want to take in the schema. It looks like it just takes the schema. Oh, and path value. Okay, schema, and then I guess the value. Let's see this. Schema and name. Now it's looking like it wants the name, right? Oh.
On mine, I was just looking at my code base here. I have e.target.name as a second argument.
Okay, so it does want the key, and then it's like is valid, I guess. Is it valid or validate?
Validate.
It is validate. Validate. That is a function. Awesome. And maybe we're gonna want our value. Yeah, e.target.value. Do we need any options?
Let's see. And then with in that function, I know from the code base from class, when it comes in to validate the function, do we need to first check to see if it's a checkbox or not?
Oh no, because we're only validating 2 text inputs. Well,
okay.
one text input and the one telephone input.
Okay. So yeah,
so we don't need any options then?
Validate, and then that's returns a promise, so it's a then and a catch.
Right on. Okay, cool. So we forgot to put in our e.persist. Thank you very much, Mike. This is the part of the curriculum that was different. I learned to use Formic with yup validation, and then during labs, I used React hook forms. So this is my first time actually building a vanilla React form with yup validation. Okay, so I think this returns a Boolean, maybe, but we don't need that Boolean. But this tells us that it is valid. And in that case, what do we do? So if it is valid, so if it is valid, then we erase errors maybe, if there were previously errors. And if it wasn't valid, then we add errors. I think. Let's try that. So set errors. Set errors, and that's going to take a object, and we can pass in the old errors, errors, and then we can we take the errors for this, which will be on e.target.name, and we'll set that to an empty string. Then if we get down to the catch, that means we did have an error, and we need to add that to the errors. Okay, so that will return an error, I assume. So then we're going to set our errors. Oh, dude, did I forget to do this? Did I forget? No, I didn't. Okay. Errors. And then target is going to equal error dot errors, and then it's the first thing in that array, I think. Wow, that's a lot of memory right there. Okay, we got it. Validation is not defined. Line 61. Oh gosh, dang it, I called it validation instead of validate. Validate. Okay, it likes it. Valid without warnings. Okay, and that will give us our errors. The thing is, we're not displaying our errors yet. So we're going to have errors here. And so if errors dot name, so this is going to be a string. And so we can get the length of a string. So if the errors.name.length is greater than 0, it's greater than 0, that means we have an error and we can display our error. We could also do like an and here thing here too, like this. Then we display our errors. Kind of like that. I think that would work. And this will be our actual errors dot name. And let's go ahead and put a style on this real quick. And we'll call it color red. All right, something doesn't like something. Oh yeah, because red has to be a string, right? It's not a variable. Okay, compiled with warnings. Let's go ahead and just test that first input and see if we actually get our warning. Yes, nice. That's not a real name. Okay, so it's working. Let's go ahead and set it for our next one. Control C and input. Errors dot phone. And I think we can do that. Yep, phone. I think that'll work. Yes. Okay, so that's good. Now we gotta mess with this button disabling thing. I really like the way Ben did this with the use effects. So I think I'm gonna do something similar, if not exactly the same. Use effects. All right, and we're gonna need some dependencies. It's gonna be form, because we want it to run every time the form changes. We're gonna need form state. I don't know what happened there, form state. And we're gonna use schema as well. So we'll go ahead and add schema in there. All right, yay. So yup dot is valid. Is that right? Doesn't like that. It doesn't seem like it's like auto-completing that. Dot
I think from class we had is form if the schema dot is valid.
Oh, so it's yup dot schema, or is it just schema?
Or just schema, like yeah, the schema dot is valid.
All right. Okay, yeah, I like that. Thank you so much. So we have the value, which will be form state. Is that really? Should I be passing in that entire thing, or should I just pass in? Let's go ahead and just pass in the entire thing and see what happens. Form state. So does this return a promise?
This returns a promise too. I think in class we just have the then, but it returns.
Right. And this will return the Boolean as well. And we can use this to set our disabled. Is disabled. So if it is valid, it's going to be true. But we want to set this to false, so it's going to be the opposite, valid. And if it's not false, we don't want to do anything with the errors, so we can just think we'll leave that alone. Because we don't care if there's an error at this point. We're already checking for the errors. All right, use effect is not defined. Well, we can fix that real quick. Use effect. All right, awesome. Sweet. All right, so it's disabled, which is good. That's what we want. Okay, good. And let's put this in. Well, let's see here. What happens if I put an A in here? It says the same thing. But let's see if we can get to 10. Yeah, if we get to 10 and it doesn't change. So I just check in to make sure that's right. Okay. And then it's enabled. Awesome, awesome. So that means everything's working. Mustard, lettuce, cheese. Yo, this is yeah, what's up?
I have a question. What if you want this shoot out to like your email? How would you do that?
Ooh, if you wanted to email this information.
Yeah.
So I did that on my portfolio. I have a contact form, and I actually built a server specifically for it. It's a small little email server. And you would just send the information to your email server, and you're going to have some kind of, you could probably write it yourself, but there's a lot of third-party tools for this. What did I use? Node Mailer, I think is what it was called. And so you send that, and then Node Mailer, you use, like if you have hosting, you probably also have, gosh, what is it that you need? You have an email from your hosting, and you can use that email to send emails to yourself, essentially. There's a lot of great tutorials about it. The first one I saw was by Traverse Media. I didn't do what he did because he added a ton of third-party libraries, and I don't want a lot of that. I usually just write my own stuff, but I did use the Node Mailer, which was his suggestion. So I would definitely check that out. Search Traverse Media Node Mailer. And by probably your first week, after you're finished with your first week of Node.js backend, then you'll probably be ready to write that server. Maybe. It's really cool, man. Once you guys get into backend, it's like you can make anything. You know what I'm saying? As long as you have an imagination, you can make it. You know, at that point you have the capability. It's really cool. All right, this is working. Of course, it's not designed well, but the functionality is there. Let's look at this. What all were our objectives? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, special instructions on purpose area. Okay, yeah, we got that. Order burger button, we get that. Write tests. Oh, joy. It's test time, guys. Okay. Yay. I hate writing tests. I wrote all the tests on my lab project backend, all of them, every single one. Thousands of lines of code, probably. Let's see. Let's add our form touch. Let's see, it looks like it's in Cypress, in root directory Cypress. Integration. And we'll just call it form. Oh, let's call it burger form. Burger form dot test dot JS. All right. There's our test, and it's nothing. But we can go ahead and get started writing on it. Describe, I think, is, and let's see, describe, testing, build a burger form. I think that's going to take a callback for the second argument. And here we can have like our tests, right? So it, and whoa. I swear, man, VS Code hates me. It, form, operates functions properly. And we can, I think, do a callback for that one. And this is going to be like cy.visit or something like that. y.visit, which will actually visit the web page. And then from there we can go on. I'm going to go ahead and save that, and I'm going to go ahead and launch our GUI, npx Cypress open, I believe. Cypress open. This might take a second. By the way, guys, it's really late. Like, if you guys are tired, we're already like 30 minutes past after hours, so don't feel like you're obligated to stick around. I'm gonna, of course, complete this. I'm at least gonna have us write some tests, for sure.
I think I gotta head out, Vince. The rest tomorrow.
Right on, right on.
Later, man. Thanks.
Yeah, take care, man. Yeah, this is taking forever, isn't it? Oh, there it is. It just launched. All right. And here is our burger form test. And it just launched on the other screen as well. I wonder if you can change the theme on this. This is like almost like burning your retinas. Must be called. Yeah. Must be called with a URL. Really? I guess that kind of makes sense. That it would have to be, but I don't remember doing that. Let's see. Let me see if I can look in this guided project here. This is not, yeah, this is it, the guided project. Oh, okay, so he just put in the /. All right. But that's not what we need though, right? We need the actual form. So we're gonna need / build a burger. Come on. See what that looks like. Nope, that's not right. All right. Let's go back to our app and see what it really is. Wait a minute, that is it. I'll just copy it. Let's see. I don't know, it's the same to me, but. Failed looking for this file at the path. Oh, what? It's looking on port 53,127? No wonder. Okay, so that means we need to set this Cypress.json thing up. Wow, okay. Oh, I cannot remember what it was. Let me look at the guided project. It was base URL. Okay, base URL. Base URL. And that's going to be HTTP localhost 3000, I believe. See what that does. Okay, we're working. All right. All right, let's start writing some tests. Let's select these. Oh, we have data CYs on these, don't we? Yeah, we do. We probably don't even need to. Where's the test? All right, let's go. I think it's cy.get, and we're going to get data cy equals, is it equals? I think it's equals. And it will be name for this one. Name. I think that'll work. Dot type, right? Dot type. Bob. Dot expect.
I think you forgot like a square bracket.
Oh yeah, I sure did. Thank you so much. By the way, I'm like just guessing at the syntax based on like the testing libraries that I have used in the past. So if I'm getting some of the syntax wrong, you gotta let me know. Have dot value, and then we have to put the value we expect it to have, and that's going to be Bob. That just somehow doesn't look right. Let me look at the guided project. Oh, it should, not expect. Wow, so it is a little different. That should. All right. Let's see what we've got here. Awesome, we wrote our test correctly. It's passing. All right. So now let's do our phone number. Y.get data cy equals phone, I believe is what it was. Make sure, remember the closing bracket, and we can probably just keep this on one line. Type, and we will type 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it should have that same value. Should have that value. And the value is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, let's see if that passes. It did. Awesome. But this is easy, right? This is the easy stuff. Once we start like testing radio buttons, like I have no idea. We're probably going to have to do, we'll click it, and then maybe somehow we want to detect the value of state. We're really starting to get out in the weeds, aren't we? Oh, wait, that's the wrong thing. I guess we can try it though. cy.get. See, what does this stuff look like? So the select has the button right here. Okay, let's try that. I have like no idea how this is gonna work. This is gonna be really fun for me. But this needs to be a. What is happening here? Okay. I think the best thing for me to do going forward on this is going to be to actually look this up. Cypress test select option. Select Cypress documentation. All right. Okay, so you can select it. Then what do? Like value of text contain content, the option. So we can check the value. I would really love to delve into this deeper and like really, because I know I can. There's some way I can test it against my state, but I just don't know Cypress well enough to do that, and I don't want to like waste everybody's time. So I'm just going to go ahead and move forward with this select. We're going to select sesame seed, I guess. Sesame seed. And it should have value, sesame seed, I hope. Should have value, sesame seed. Let's see if that passed. And it did pass. Awesome. Okay, check marks. All right, we do want to make sure that the button is disabled though at the right time as well. So before we enter the phone number, we can check that. cy.get. What is this button called? Does it even have a data cy? It does not. So let's give it one. Data cy equals, and we'll just call it like submit button or something. I'm going to put it in this so I can copy it easier. Submit button. cy.get. And we want to also have this wrapped in that. Okay. Dot. Now, how do we check this? Disable? Should, or would it be should be disabled? Disable. Because that's like a styles.css thing right there. Let's see what we did during the get project. I feel like it was disabled, but. So it was should. It was should be disabled, just like it's English. That's convenient. Should be dot disabled. All right. Then after we put this, we can do the exact opposite and should not disabled. Check and make sure all that's working. It is. Wonderful. Checkboxes, though. How do we test checkboxes? A group of checkboxes. Because we actually did check a checkbox during the guided project. I guess we could click through all of these and make sure that they actually do get checked. They have all lab data CYs. C burger form, all right. They do, oh yes, they do, awesome, that is fantastic. They all do have data CYs, so that's gonna make selecting them very easy. And I think that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna select them all, make sure they get selected, make sure they get checked, that is. Okay, data CY equals, and this is going to be ketchup. We'll do ketchup first. Ketchup. And we're going to click it. Click. And maybe should. I'm just guessing about the syntax, by the way. Be checked based on what we've seen so far. We'll see if we get an error. Oh, let's go. Nice. It's nice when it's consistent. You can kind of predict what it's going to be. All right, and we're gonna have a lot of checkboxes, so we might as well just copy and paste this. And we've got 8 of these things. I'm gonna go ahead and put them all right next to each other. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Mustard. Mayonnaise. Barbecue. We had cheese as well. Cheese. Had bacon. Had lettuce. And we had onion. That's right, onion. All right, let's make sure all those get checked. Oh, wrong one. Looks good. Awesome. By the way, so I know I can see how this looks really, it doesn't look beneficial at all, right? We're just like, this is like obvious stuff. Why are you even testing this stuff? And I really get what you're saying. I mean, usually when you're testing more like complex stuff than this, but in one way, this could be great. So like if we're doing test-driven development, we could write all these tests before we even write our form. And then like as we're writing our form, we can like have this test screen on another monitor. And every time we save, it's gonna run these tests again. And we can tell if that certain component of the form was written correctly if it passed the test. So those are the circumstances under which like these kind of like simple like nonsense kind of tests would be beneficial. But usually you're going to be right. You're going to be like testing more complex functionality and stuff like that. But this is a good introduction because that's all they're doing. They're just trying to get you to dip your toe in the water. This testing is crazy. It's probably my least favorite thing to do as a developer.
And testing can be used as like eventually for more like difficult languages, right? I see.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And testing on the back end is a lot. I don't know if it's easier, but the back end is more straightforward. Front end is like more loose, and it just seems like, you know, things don't always happen the way you expect them to. It's more of like the Wild West on the front end. Back end's more predictable, and I think that makes testing easier. Testing, I remember when I tested my back end during labs, I mean, I wrote, like I said, thousands of lines of code for tests. And man, I caught so many bugs doing that. It's definitely beneficial. All right. So what do we have left to even test on this thing? We tested, oh, we have the text area, the instructions. All right. cy.get. Let's go ahead and close that. Data cy equals instructions. we're going to type in this one too. Type, yo, this is a test. And that should have that value. It should have that value. This is a test. I don't know this for sure, but I think this is actually more testing than you guys are going to have to do on the sprint challenge. So let's talk about the sprint challenge just for a quick second while I'm thinking about it. So what you're going to have to do is a lot like what we've done already. You're gonna have to use router, but you're not gonna have to use React Router very much because all you're gonna have is something like this, like a home page and a form. So you're not gonna have to use it very much. You are gonna have to make a form, much like we've done today. You're gonna have to write validation for that form and you know, check that validation to make sure that the form doesn't submit if the data isn't valid. And you're gonna have to write a few tests. I think it's only a few tests. So it should be easier than what we've done tonight. And you can, of course, reference what we've done tonight, and that will really help you guys through this.
I feel like all of us really appreciate you going even over time to explain these things because it is quite difficult to understand, especially like Cypress and yeah, so we really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time.
Oh yeah, it's my pleasure, really. I really enjoy hanging out with everybody, especially in the beginning, you know, when we were all fresh, you know, everybody was, you know, collaborating and giving me ideas, and it was a good time.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was. And you keep in mind, guys, like, this isn't a selfless thing I'm doing, right? Like, I'm learning with you guys here. Like when I was writing these tests, I wasn't sure about some of the syntax, so I kind of had to guess and look stuff up. So I'm learning as we are going through this with you, you know? So we're all getting benefit out of this, hopefully. Okay, I don't really think we really need to do anything else on this testing-wise. This is more than we covered. Like, we didn't even cover how to test radio buttons, so I think that's pretty good. They may want you to do a Axios request. I don't know that for sure, but just in case they do, I want to cover that real quick. Although I'm sure all of you guys are like really up on your Axios stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and add it, Axios, and I'm just gonna write a quick Axios request. I wonder if I make a request to that regress endpoint, if they will give me back all the data that I send to them. We will try that.
Could you actually explain that a bit? Like whenever they ask us to do the Axios, like for the last assignment, it was like sending the Axios to.
Yes.
Actually.
Okay, yeah, that's a great question. Let me see if I have that project handy. Yes, I do. Awesome. Okay, so here is that project, or at least this is the Cypress version of that project. Okay, so here's the actual Axios requests they were making. So this server, the only purpose of this server is to allow people to test their front end post requests. That's all. That's the only reason this exists. It's just allowing you to have a place to test your front end. So when you did make this request to this endpoint, what it did was it basically sent you back all the data you gave to it. So if you gave it like a name, an object that had a name, email, password, something like that, it just basically sent that back to you. And the way you could have dealt with that, let's see, does this have anything? Okay, it doesn't look like this is actually doing anything with that data, is it? Oh, it's setting post. Set post. And what does post equal? Post. Okay, so I'm not really sure what this post set post thing is, but let's go ahead and change it just real quick, just for showing you. So in the one that you had to do this in, I think it was user onboarding, you had to do users, if I'm not mistaken. So you had const users, set users equals useState, and it's a array. So the funny thing is this is actually not doing it correctly. Like, where's the set post? Like, look at that. It's not. I don't know why. This is probably just like a mistake. You know what I'm saying? Because what they're doing is they're taking this array and replacing it with this user object. And that's not what they want to do. What they actually want to do is add that user object to the list of users that were already there. So you're gonna spread in the users that you already had and then add the user that was sent back. And that's how I did it. I do all of your all's homework to make sure, just so I can make sure I can answer your questions. And that's how I did it. And of course,
that makes sense now. Thanks.
Yeah, and that would be set users. Yeah. I'm definitely not the best at explaining my code, so I understand if it wasn't clear and you're just being nice, because I could kind of ramble and stuff. Let's see. Yeah, we wanted to make an Axios call right here, just real quick, and then we can call it a night. Burger form. And we're going to do that on the submit. And we're not doing anything in submit right now because we just aren't. Oh, but we got to import Axios, right? Import Axios. Import Axios from Axios. All right. So we're going to make a post request. Axios dot post. And the post request takes two arguments, right? It takes your the URL, and the second argument is the data you want to send to the URL. So the what is this? This one right here, and this is it. So address. I'm not even sure if this is going to work, I'm being honest, because it may only work with user type information, but we're going to try. And we're going to send form state. Then, if it's successful, we'll get a response, and we need to kind of set that. We need to set that to some kind of state. I'm going to end up making this crazy complicated, aren't I? I'll try to make it quick, but I'm going to make it a little complicated. So we're gonna have like an orders const orders orders set orders equals use state. Please auto import, and that's going to be an empty array by default. Let's see, yeah, we were imported. And we're going to pass that down to the home page orders with props. Okay, now we're going to be setting orders inside of burger form, so we need to set orders. But the thing is, we're also going to need orders. I don't want to like pass down a ton of stuff, so I'm going to create a function called const add order. Equals, and it's going to take a new order, right? And we need to set the orders, mistake, orders to whatever orders are there, plus the order that was brought in. Okay, so this is something interesting. This is low key, right? This is a closure. We're taking advantage of closure for this, right? We're gonna pass this function that's contained within this app function to another function. And even though that function's not going to be in scope with set orders, our orders, it's still going to have access to those variables through this function through closure. So that's like a flashback to intro to JavaScript for you. Add order. Okay, order form. Okay, props. Where's our submit? I think it's down here. Yes, it is. Okay, so add props dot add orders, and it's going to be res.data, I believe. But we also want to catch, if we do have an error, we'll just console log it. We don't do anything with it. Error console.log error. Whoa, why is this not coming up as used? Okay, now it is. Okay, it's just VS Code being slow. Okay, there's that. That should work. But we are going to need to pass, we're going to have to deal with orders on home page. Get out of the way. This is not home page. Come on. Okay. Have a link. We'll just display them down here. Let's not make it too complicated. Props dot orders dot map order. Okay, so for each order, we'll create a div that will contain them, and we'll just like pass in the raw data of the order and see how that displays. So order, just like that. I think that'll work. Okay, but we may need to pass a key unless we want React to yell at us. So we'll go ahead and put an index on this. Key equals I. All right. I wonder if we're having errors anywhere. It doesn't say we have errors, but hopefully we do anyway. Okay, old TL, old phone number, sesame seed, ketchup, mustard, lettuce, cheese, and bacon. Please work. Please work. Okay, it's going to display on the home page. So it did not, I don't see it, but at the same time, the home page is black, so it could be here actually. Oh, that's just so unfortunate. Okay, so I guess I could make like all of the, so there's no other divs in here. So I can just put like a div here and then make the color white. All right, and try that again. Soju burger. Oops, I ketchup and mustard this time, just to get fast. Soju burger. And it's not there. Okay. Props
the background color or the actual font color?
Oh, dude. Here's where our problem is probably. Props.addOrders is not a function. I have a feeling I have a misspelling somewhere. Let's see. Yep, there it is. Add orders. Add orders. All right. Add orders is not defined in app.js. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's right. That's right. Did I just, did I miss?
Order, right? Yeah.
So is it in burger form that I made that mistake? Come on, get away. All right. Yep, there it is. Add order. Let's try that again. Spelling mistakes. It's always spelling mistakes. All right. Carlos, phone number. We'll keep most of this default. All right. Back to home. Whoa. All kinds of errors. Okay, what's happening? Objects are not valid as React children. Okay, so we can't just display the object. Right on. So we're gonna have to be a little more specific with that. Let's see. I was hoping I was gonna be able to get away with that. What could we do? I just want to do something really quick. I guess we can just do something like, let's just do the order dot name for now. Well, no, I want to see if something else pops up. So order dot let's do patties. It's only going to be a number though, but at least we'll see something. All right. All right. Let's change it. Let's change it to 3. We won't enter anything else because we're just going to be able to see the patties anyway. Yay! Okay, so we did get that information back from the API.
Hooray, success.
Yeah, success. All right, guys, you guys can feel free to bounce out if you want. I'm going to go ahead and stay recording though, and I'm going to actually do something with this data. I'm actually going to display all of it just for my own sanity, which means I'm going to have to create a new component. All right. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to stop testing too, because we've already run all our tests. We don't need to keep running them over and over again. All right, let's go ahead and delete this terminal. All right. Touch source components order card .js. All right. Card. All right. Home page is when I need this. And port order card. All right. So instead of this div, we're going to pass the order down to order card. Order card. Of course, we're going to give it a key, or React's going to yell at us. Order equals order. All right, beautiful. All right, now let's get our order card going. Or React from React. We'll go ahead and import style components as well. I'm not going to do a ton of styling on this, but I want to do at least a little bit. So components, const, order card equals. We're only taking an order, so I'm going to go ahead and destructure that order. Return, and it's going to be a div, I guess. If anybody is listening and you know, is there a card tag? That would be nice if there was. It'd be more like semantic, I think. But, export default card. All right. There's that. All right. So probably want the name to be big, and we'll call it an H2 since it's now there's a ton of them. Okay, I mean screw it. Excuse my language. We'll call it an H2. Why not? And this is going to be order.name. Get the phone number, and that's going to be an H3. And that's going to be an order.phone. All right. And then we have the actual order. So we're going to have the bun, the number of patties, and the condiments. So we're going to have extra functionality for that. Have instructions. Okay. Order dot patties. This, oh no, that's the bun. That's the bun. Order dot bun. This is the patties. Order dot patties. And this is going to be instructions. Order dot instructions. Right. So basically what's going to happen now is I'm going to write some kind of functionality that's going to map through our object, our condiments object, and see if the value is true. And if it is, then we're going to display the object. Then we're going to display it. This is a lot easier to do in Python. Let's see. How do I think you can do like for in, something like that. So for, I don't know if it's going to let me do it, but we'll try for, and we'll call it condiment. For condiment in order dot condiments. It's going to let me do this. Gosh, man, I need to just stop doing Python because it's like really screwing up my JavaScript syntax. Okay, it's not going to let me do that. Okay, so what that means is I'm going to have to make a function to do this. Const display condiments. It's going to take in. Actually, you can just take in nothing. Equals Now we're going to do that for condiment in order dot condiments. Okay, let's go ahead. All right, and we're going to want to use this display comments of that, I believe. So if condiment, because it's a Boolean, so if condiment so we're going to need the key as well. Let me look up the for in the syntax. Okay, JavaScript for in. Okay, property. But can you get the key though? Value with the actual key. Might be better to like do like an object.keys or something and loop through that. JavaScript object.keys. So that it looks like it returns an array, of the keys. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Object.keys, and then we'll loop through that, and we'll check the values that way. Okay, so we'll say const condiments equals objects dot keys. We want to pass in props dot condiments. Right, then we're going to actually loop through these keys. So condiments dot for each would probably work. And each one of these is going to be a key. Do we need the index? I don't think we're going to need the index. All right. So if order dot condiments key. So this is going to be a true or false value right here. So if it's true, then we want to make maybe a span that contains maybe we need to do a map here and like return this. Return comments map. So, but actually this is a filter, isn't it? But if we use a filter, it's going to return exactly what we had. let's create a new variable just to make my life easier. So const ordered condiments. And we will go ahead and not return this. And we'll go ahead and make this a for each. There's probably a better way to do this, but I'm like really running on fumes right now. Equals an empty array. So if it is true, then we will add that to word condiments dot push. We want to actually push the key. I think that's what we want to do. And then now we can map off that, or no, wait a minute, not that, off of this. And so each one of these is going to be our condiment. We can create, like, let's just make it another p tag, just to make this quick and dirty. And just should be a string. See. Whoa. See what that does. All right, let's go back to React, see if React's yelling at us. It is. Props is not defined. Where did I do props? On order card, I wrote props somewhere. Right here. It's supposed to be order. Order. Okay. Let's go back to our React app. Let's build our burger. It's going to be my old TL, my old phone number. Pretzels, 2 patties, ketchup, mustard, lettuce, cheese, and bacon. Please work. And order your burger. Let's go back home, see if everything's working, and it's not working. What did we get? Cannot read property map of undefined. Oh, because we didn't return our value. So we created our map, and then we created our array, then we added to our array, but we never returned the array. So that's easy to fix. Let's see. Yep, there it is. Not returned. Okay, return ordered contents. All right. Order. Two patties. Lettuce. Please work. All right. And we've got another error. But I mean, actually, it looks like it's working. So I wonder what kind of error we got. Oh, it's just that we didn't use a key prop. That's fine. That's not a big deal, but because we know that it's working. Okay, so now I wanted to test something. I want to make sure that we're actually adding to our orders and not destroying them every time we create a new one. Okay, so this is going to be me. And let's do this one. 3282633. I don't even remember that one. Okay, I'm gonna go for pretzel, 3 patties, ketchup and mustard, cheese, lettuce, and onion. Oh, yeah. All right, so if everything's working right, when we go home, we should see 2 orders. And indeed we do. Terribly styled, but we do have them. All right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and fix this key prop real quick. Where was that at? Each child in a list should have order card. Line 24. Oh yeah, duh, it's right here. So we're gonna have to get her index. Right. And that should work. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day there. I have a behavioral, my last interview for endorsement tomorrow. But after that, I'm probably gonna do a little more styling on this, and then I'll push it to the solution code. I'm gonna push it to the solution code tonight too, and I'll also upload this video. Anyway, Liam, if you're still there, man, you are a trooper. All right. Good night, everybody. Take care.